The power of irrational confidence tailored perfectly for what if I told you that the most powerful people in the world believe things that are on T entirely true, that they believe in themselves far beyond reason, not because they have proof, but because they refuse to live like they're average. This isn't about lying to yourself, it's about creating a reality where your belief is so strong that the world eventually bends to match it. That's not delusion, that's irrational confidence. And it changes everything. We live in a society obsessed with evidence. Prove it first. Earn it before you believe it. Show the results. Then you're allowed to act like you belong. But what if that's backwards? What if the belief has to come first? Not because it's true, but because it's necessary. The most successful people on Earth, they started without the evidence. Elon Musk believed he could colonize Mars while sleeping on a couch and borrowing rent. Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest." Before he ever became the champ, Steve Jobs insisted the impossible could be built, even when engineers told him it couldn't. These people didn't wait for the proof. They believed first, and the world caught up. Psychologists call this the self-fulfilling prophecy. It's not magic, it's mechanics. You believe you can, so you act like you can. That changes your behavior. You take bolder actions, bounce back faster from failure, speak with more certainty, and people respond to that. You create momentum, and momentum looks a lot like proof. Here's the kicker. The belief doesn't have to be true. It just has to be strong enough to carry you through the doubt. Think about this. There is a phenomenon known as the illusion of superiority. Most people rate themselves as above average, which statistically is impossible. But guess who wins in life? The ones who believe they can. Confidence creates opportunities, opens doors, and attracts followers. Doubt does the opposite. The world doesn't reward the most qualified, it rewards the most certain. But let us be real. Irrational confidence is dangerous if it isn't backed by action. It can lead to arrogance, denial, or crashing hard. This isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about choosing belief when it would be easier to shrink. It's about telling yourself, I'm built for this, even when you're scared out of your mind. Take Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Was that delusional persistence? Maybe, but without it, we'd be sitting in the dark. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Oprah was told she wasn't made for TV. J.K. Rowling got rejected by 12 publishers. You think they waited for someone to give them permission? No. They believed first, and then they proved it. Now think about yourself. What if the only thing standing between you and what you want is your own unwillingness to believe too much? What if you've been conditioned to aim small, doubt big, and wait for permission that's never coming? Let me ask you, what would happen if, just for a moment, you acted like it was already yours? That the dream was done, the success was sealed, that your name was already on it? How would you speak? How would you show up? How would you carry yourself? That's the mindset that breaks ceilings. That's the energy that builds empires. Not because it's logical, but because it's unshakable. And here's what's beautiful. Irrational confidence is a choice. You don't need credentials. You don't need a guarantee. You just need to decide today that you will walk into the room like you belong. Even if your knees are shaking. That you will speak your vision. Even if they laugh. That you will hold the line. Even if no one claps yet. Because eventually, the world moves out of the way for the person who won't be moved. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to play small. The voice in your head that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" Silence it. Replace it with, "Watch me. Believe first, prove later." That's how you go from gray to gold.